Good everyone, and welcome to this video, and today it's a Talisman Series flight on the PE-2-31 Peshka. Now I know what some are thinking, where is the IL-2 1942? Well, it's not the account's fault. I've decided to move on from that account. We're just gonna focus on the stuff on the main. Um, the only real one that I have on the other accounts is stuff that I've bought with Talisman. Well, I've bought talismans on, such as like starter premiums and stuff like that. So, and even then, I didn't pay for them. I just used the G that you get given. And not only that, that account was inspired by He Who Shall Not Be Named. So I thought, well, we're gonna want to move on, and we're gonna want to move on to something fun. So I thought, okay, well, we still have the Peshkas to get through, so that's always nice. So we have obviously today the PE-2-31 Peshka. So this is a bit of a debatable bomber. When I spaded it quite a while back, I didn't really have the best experience. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad plane. It isn't. I don't think it is. However, I think their Peshkas overall are just over tier to hell. I mean, 3.7 for a plane with pretty mediocre armament. I mean, I say that and it'll probably nuke everything I see, but it's got a good amount or a good amount of payloads such as bombs, even some rockets, which are quite nice. We're going to be bringing the RS-132s with airburst, so hopefully we'll be able to hit some planes with the rockets. The RBS we could bring, but probably not. The bomb loads are, I mean, they're a good amount. I mean, two 500 kilo bombs, four 250s, or two 250s and four 100s, and obviously the stock, but no one uses the stock once you get at least this mod. So pretty good payloads. Obviously, we do have some forward armament controlled by the pilots. So we do have a 50 caliber machine gun and a 7.62 Shikass. So not bad, but not great. Obviously, it is a dive bomber, so you can't expect too much. Then in terms of defensive turrets, we have a 12.7 in the lower turret. We have a 7.62 pointing at the back, just over the tail, and we have two side 7.62 guns, which the poor sod who's operating the 50 cal also has to operate. So I kind of feel sorry for his job, but to be honest, I would probably be like if I was back in World War II, I would be small enough to climb in this Peshka and work with him in there. I'd be manning those two Shikasses, but that's just me because I'm a short ass. But yeah, so obviously we need to get started with the Peshka, and well, the reason why I jumped straight to the Peshka is because I thought, well, it's a Peshka, it's going to be fun, and well, now that the Chinese are here, we're going to be fighting Japanese, and even though we don't have the best firepower in terms of offensive, we can still let Japanese burn, and obviously rockets are just going to murder him. So let's jump in and let's see what we can get up to. Well, we got our first game. We're on Kalkin Goal, which means we will be fighting the Japanese, and hopefully we'll have the Chinese on our team. Let's have a look. Yes, we do. So, this should be a good game. Obviously, the rocket activation fuse 800 meters. What's that in feet? Fuck. What's that miles and stuff? I don't care. I'm gonna set it to. I'm gonna go 700. 700 would probably be better because then my guns converge at that time. Alright, Chinese B-25. So we are in a 4.3 game. I mean, that could be worse. Obviously, all aircraft in the Talisman series except. No, there's any that's not spaded. So we're going to go bomber hunting and all that if we can. We're going to go fighter hunting as well. The Peshka obviously does get dive breaks, so we're going to use those if we can. And the Peshka is actually pretty dang fast, so that would be pretty handy for keeping us alive, pretty much. Obviously, I've been all over the place with my uploads. I've had some old videos, I've had some newer videos from like 1.91 and stuff. But from this point onward, there will be back to normal schedule because obviously I've got to research and spade rank 3 and 4. So that will be obviously taking longer than obviously rank 4. Then once we hit jets, the Chinese tanks should be out, so hopefully we're going to get some Chinese tanks to play and review, because we've only done the Chinese MA. Now I could go and gather some footage for the T-26, but I don't see much point since I've done a video on the T-26 already. So I don't really want to cover the same plane over and over again, if that makes sense. You can sort of understand. Because I just say the same thing. It's a good starter vehicle for a newer player, but I think it could be better. Like for example, you would have, instead of a T-26, I know for a fact the Chinese use BT-5s and stuff like that. There's a Don Rio. So we could go for that. Looks like there's something else though. That's piqued my interest. Now the main threat to this Peshka at the moment will be B7A2s, because obviously we're at altitude, we're in a 4-3 game, and they have 21mm cannon as opposed to us, who just have machine guns. And obviously a B7A2 also turns like a freaking zero. Oh, I feel sorry for you down there. I really do. I remember spading that pile of crap. Let's just say that it was a pile of trash. Right, looks like whoever this is, because it looks like a bomber or like a dive bomber or something. Yeah, it's a B7, like I thought so. He looks like he's got fighter escort not far behind him, so we need to deal with that accordingly. We'll see what we can do. Obviously, we can catch up to a B7. That's no problem at all. I'm just worried about what that plane is over there. That was bad shooting there. Not good for us, because obviously we are much heavier than he is. Right, let's see if we can get him to 50 cal underneath. Come on, roll you bastard. There we go. Right, let's just outrun him now, because, well, those 20 mils will mess us up. See if we can bait him for the team. That's all we want to do. Maybe force him to break off. You'll be surprised how daredevil I am in my Peshkas sometimes. I do like flying them like this. KI-96, that thing's going to come straight for us because he wants easy frags. Yep, he's coming right for us. Okay, dive breaks down. Let's force him to follow us. Right, he's not taking the bait, surprisingly. That's unusual. Keen 96 pilots tend to take the bait like that. Right, we've got a Zero here who is traveling at very low speed. Where's that? Where's that Key 96? He's over there. Let's go for this Zero. Hopefully might be able to get a shot on him. There's an A6M3 coming in now, so gotta watch him. Right, he's on fire, so we'll leave him. Dodge out the way of him. I don't take kills that are on fire. Come on, you bastard. Oh, I don't have the elevator authority. You see, back in the day, the PE-2 used to fly like a freaking zero half the time. So, when you've got a heavier elevator, it's a lot harder to fly a plane like this. You can sort of understand that I'm trying my best, but I just can't get it to work, unfortunately. I just can't have the performance that this thing used to have back in the day. I sound like an old man, I know, but even so. I'm probably not going to get that many points. I mean, the enemy team is crumbling pretty badly, so I'm hoping to get at least one air kill this game. That would be nice. Obviously, we are going to go ground pound once we've dealt with this Zero. Nope. I mean, it's just far too maneuverable. It's a bloody Zero compared to a Peshka. Like, I ain't got no hope of matching his turns. I mean, even if he was at the highest speed in a right-hand turn, because apparently Zeros used to turn harder, well, they used to turn worse to the right than they did to the left, or it might have been the other way around. So he's just throwing that little shit around like a freaking madman. Good Zero pilot, though, I have to give him credit. I'm riding the wep a bit. Let's bank it right. Oh, he just took out a I-185. I've got a bit of a sneeze coming on now, so I better hurry this up. Alright, where's everyone else? They're all chasing the KI-100. Of course they are. Leave it to a Peshka, why not? Yeah, I don't obviously recommend flying your Peshkas like fighters. They're not the best. I mean, they can work. It's just I don't think you should fly them as fighters. What's this guy doing? I mean, he could probably force a head on and kill us, but no, he's got less bollocks than a freaking donkey down at Skegness Beach, and that's a pretty good insult. If you're not British, you understand. And let's be real, do most players in this game anymore have balls? Probably not. This guy's got to try and even the odds for himself, because at the moment, he's got a very angry Peshka trying to hunt him. Is he going to crash? Okay, I'll class that as a maneuver kill. Right, now that B7's come back, who we saw earlier on, Guzmat 3, he's about to have a very bad day at the office. He's turning. Still, I claim that 0 as a maneuver kill, don't care what anyone says. Beautiful. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Got a kill. I'm happy. I'm an happy man. I'm a happy man. We got the kill that we wanted. Right, now let's actually do some good for our team. By ground pounding, like we should. What's this Muppet doing? Sadly we didn't get to use the rockets in the air superior role, unfortunately. There's not a lot I can do when the 0 pilots are flying like madmen, and well, yeah. How many enemy players we got left? Not many, so we better clean up some more. That's another kill. That's another. The 50 cal really does work on Russian planes, and yet it takes multiple rounds from a British or American aircraft to kill a tank, and yet flipping Russian guns doing one bullet, it feels like. So they've got a Ki-100 left, who's just scored his first kill, and someone else. Right, I've got to remember, the rockets are outboard of the wings. There we go, beautiful. Now, where are you going next? Do you go for that artillery or not? I really couldn't have used, well I shouldn't have used the 50 cal there, but I don't really care. We can still use the rockets against ground targets, so it's fine. Yeah, nice little run in the PE-2-31 for today. I'm riding a wep, so I need to cool down the engine a bit. Or the engines. I swear to fix the flight model on this plane, so now it can fly on one engine if we have to. Nah, I missed that. Only had 3 bullets left, it probably wouldn't have done the job, but never hurts to try. Ooh, careful, low bridge. That's better. And yes, that was a Harry Feet quote, because whenever you get too close to something on the ground, he just says low bridge. It's actually pretty funny. But yeah, there's another Ki-100. Really helping his team he was by just camping at the back. But I'd have made the rules around here. I mean, we got a 0. Well, we got a freaking B7 kill, so we got a kill. We did something for our team in this plane, so. Alright, don't be that guy to fly into a hill because you're too busy in gunner view, Joe. I have done that before. I will be brutally honest. Alright, dude, we need fighters over there to go and deal with him, and you're not helping. Like, come on. Ugh. As I always say, money can buy you many things in life. Brains is not one of them. Or sense. Sense is another perfect one. This thing is handling like a brick at these speeds. Bloody hellfire. I'm surprised he hasn't rammed into me to deny kills or anything. Yeah, so that there's two KO-100s left, and yet our Mosquito is still ground pounding. Like, dude, I know for a fact you've got cannon ammo left. Get off your freaking ass. Oh dear. Then again, this just goes on to Moxie's theory about bloody Chinese teams being freaking useless. That's the ticket. Right, rockets. Beautiful. Got 2 rockets left. Do you remember back in the day when we only had the RSs and they would just kill anything you hit? Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. Missed. Never mind. Let's get back to base. I mean, we're top of the teams. We've done well. Most of the team's done pretty good work, but obviously would help if Mr. Mosquito Pilot would have gone to help that Yak 9, but hey ho. I'm out of ammunition. He still has plenty. He can go and, I don't know, die or something. We made a good run though. I mean, we got 1 air kill on that B7, a couple of ground targets for the rockets and all of that. Got some kills with the turrets as well on the ground targets, so always nice for a good flight. Alright, back at 100% for all. But yeah, I mean, I do enjoy the Peshkas. They're nice little fun planes. Hairy Feet had one, I think it was actually a 3-1 like this, where he just went balls to the wall and just flipping went fighter mode against a load of zeros and dragging them and everything. He was a good pilot. Well, look at this team composition. I think the best thing for us to do is to return to base and J out, because this freaking Mosquito is not helping. I mean, he's had plenty of opportunity to go and shoot up bloody, well, shoot those KR-100s down, but he's allowed this Rhino Taurus guy, who's literally just come back from being AFK, to rack up a load of kills. And well, we've had a good run. I don't really want to end this in too good of a scenario, so we'll return to base, fix the right wing from a bit of damage, because we did take a bit of damage, and we'll leave it at that. Just trying to make sure everything's all good, because I've had a couple of problems with my recording software recently. Essentially, sometimes it would like cut out, so I've had to make sure. Hello there, Mr. B25. I'll be spading you soon. Well, hopefully by the time this video comes out, I'll have had it spaded, so that's always nice. I hadn't heard anything about that B25, anything special, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Right, I'm going to show you an old Peshka landing trick, which I still use to this day. So, round about this point, you're about half a mile to a mile off the runway. You put your dive brakes down, put throttle to about 70%. This is my landing trick for Peshkas. It really does speed up the landing process. Now, once you get to around about, obviously it works different on different maps, so just bear that in mind. So do take it how you will. Once you get down to about 160 miles an hour, you're going to want to retract the air brakes, put the throttle to about 40%, and drop your landing gear. Then if you need to, increase a bit of power, because obviously it may depend if your aircraft is spaded or not. And put your flaps down, put the dive brakes down again. And that is how I land my Peshka. Once you get down to about 100 miles an hour though, you may have noticed the wing stall there. Just be aware of that, but if you're low enough, it won't matter. But that is how I land my Peshkas. And that guy's never heard... Oh, he hasn't used flaps. Oh. Well, okay then. Not only are you useless at killing KI-100s, you are useless in the landing department. That is what's known to trade as a toe landing. But that was a funny landing. Yep, so brakes on. Let's go back to the hangar. So personally, I think I did rather well for myself. Obviously, we baited that zero quite a bit, forced him to lose his altitude. I'm going to claim 2 kills for this per game. I don't care what anyone says. I'm claiming 2. Um, I'm claiming 2 kills for this game because of that, but take of it how you will. So not a bad game. Obviously, 1 air kill on the B7A2, load of ground targets, some with the rockets, some with the guns, some with the turrets. Always nice to get a couple of those. But do I recommend flying PE-2s as fighters? No, but it's fun. It is fun. You do have to watch your elevators though because they're a bit stiff sometimes. But yep, next up is the PE-2-83, which is oh well that was quick. But next up is the PE-2-83, which is pretty much exactly the same as the one before, or the one that we've just flown, except we get a 50 cal here. The 7.62s remain and the 50 cals remain, but even so, this should be a bit better armed. So hopefully we might get something better out of it. But we'll have to see then, won't we? I'll see you all on the next one.